Hey guys, how you doing? Interest rates and what a difference a year makes. Here's some information for you that Janine and I have to share with you today. This is Shane Anderson with the Brookings Home Team, powered by Century 21. Janine Coggerty with the Brookings Home Team as well. We thought we'd just jump on here today and talk a little bit about what a difference a year makes based 12 months ago at this exact same time, talking about interest rates and equity and downsizing and upsizing there. So over the past year, mortgage rates have fallen, if you believe it or not, 15 times to historic lows. And I believe the average for 2020 was right around 3.9, somewhere in there. I thought I had that with me, but don't quote me. But right around that 3.5 to 4% was kind of the average, and they're predicting it. Actually, I just saw the other day it could be at 2.9 here for this year. It could be the average. So rates are going down. So that means last year at this time, the same house, if it was for sale, is probably going to be more affordable to you because you do have a lower interest rate and your payment's going to be lower. But there's three things we wanted to mention here. I'm going to go over one and Janine will go over a couple of the other ones as far as what a difference a year makes. And if you're looking to move up or downsize, believe it or not, on average, your equity, if you owned a home in 2020, your equity had gained roughly $17,000 in equity for that particular house. So you just letting it sit there, I guess you show me where you can maybe gain $17,000 in a year other than hitting the stock market just right or something like that. So if you wanted to take that equity and move it into upsizing, maybe find another home that's a little bit bigger because your family's grown, you take that $17,000 and that's a good down payment plus any additional equity that you've built up because you've owned the home for a while. You just take that equity and put it down as a down payment, plus you have that lower interest rate as well. It's a win-win for you as far as that's concerned. If you're downsizing, now might be a good time to downsize. You take your equity and what you've made in your home and you got a nice little nest egg for retirement or whatever you want to do with it next. So there's a lot of options for you. So number one, moving up or downsizing, using the equity in your house, taking advantage of those interest rates. Janine, what did you want to share with them there?
So the second thing that we were going to talk about is becoming a first-time home buyer. So there's a lot of things that come into play when you're trying to make this decision about whether or not it would be beneficial for you to purchase a home. And one of those things is going to be timing, of course, whether or not it's a good time for you. If you've just bought a brand new car and just started a brand new job, maybe you want to wait a few months until you can apply for a mortgage loan, that kind of thing. The other thing is you have to determine also whether or not renting versus buying is going to be beneficial to you. A lot of times what you're paying in a month's rent would be enough to cover a monthly house payment, including taxes and insurance. That's amazing to think about that. And so with that in mind, of course, you want to take all those things into consideration when you're trying to make the decision about whether or not now is the time for you. The third thing is refinancing. Maybe if you already own a home, with the interest rates the way they are, an easy way to get yourself into a lower monthly payment, or maybe even to shorten up your mortgage, looking at a 15-year rather than a 30-year or something like that. That's the time to do that when these interest rates are low like this. So you have to come up with closing cost with that, but oftentimes if you refinance, there's enough of a savings there that it's worth it for you to do that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is why 2020 was a great year for home ownership. 2020 was not great in a lot of ways, but there were some ways that it was terrific. And when it comes to the housing market, it's been an amazing year. We had a record-breaking year, Brookings Home Team, and I know many others had the same kind of experience that we did. And so last year, the average mortgage rate was about 3.9, which is what Shane was mentioning earlier. It's substantially higher than it is today. Today, you're looking at right around 2.67, depending on the type of loan and what your status is, your credit status, that type of thing. So if you waited for a better time, market conditions have also improved significantly. So waiting maybe did you some good. It's even better now. He said 15 times. So if you refinance the first time, you might be thinking, darn, maybe should have waited just a little bit longer. But with that in mind, if you refinanced right away, maybe in another 3 or 4 months, you want to look at refinancing again. You just never know what kind of savings you might experience. So just to give you an idea of what you would be saving in terms of a monthly payment, here's what you would have paid a year ago, what you would pay today, and then I'll give you the amount that you'd save. So if you were purchasing or taking out a loan for about $200,000 a year ago, at the 3.93, your monthly payment, this would be principal and interest. So just the house payment plus interest would have been about $947. Today, it'd be about $808. That's a savings of $139 a month. I could do a lot of things with an extra $139. I'm pretty sure you could too. $300,000 loan. A year ago, your payment would have been right around $1,420. Today, it's around $1,212, and that's a savings of $208. And then one more will do $400,000. If your loan amount was about $400,000, your payment a year ago would be right around $1,894. Today, it'd be around $1,616 with a savings of $278. That's a lot when you think about it. So I guess what we're trying to get across is now's a great time. It's a great time to think about buying, selling, and also refinancing.
Yeah, just those savings alone that she mentioned there. I mean, you multiply that over just 1 year, but you probably have a 15 or 30 year term. You multiply that over that many months. That's huge savings. Huge. You could buy an investment property now if you wanted to. But
I can help you with that.
Help with that. Janine can do that. You bet. But really, like she said, if now's the time to do it. If you've been waiting for a year, let's talk. Let's get together and see what your options are. We at the Brookings Home Team, we have all facets. I don't know if I'm saying that right. That we can help you with. We're going to help you with the listing. We're going to have somebody else help you with the buying side of things. We got a marketing department that's going to help with the marketing. There's a number of us that on the Brookings Home Team that does certain things here to get you the best of value for your dollar, and we try to go above and beyond what everybody else can do. So yeah, anything else you want to add before we close her up?
Just to play on that a little bit, I guess as a team, you're going to get some pretty dedicated professionals working for you and helping you with every step of the way. If you've got 2 or 3 kids and you've been squeezing yourself into that 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house for a while, and you think, boy, it sure would be nice if we could get ourselves into a 5-bedroom, now might be the time to start looking for something like that. So we expect our market to continue to be active and pick up as the months get closer to spring weather, and now's the time to start looking when you're doing that. And if you're thinking of selling, now's the time to get agents in there to do the market evaluation. Get Shane in there to let you know maybe there's a few things you could do, and you could increase the likelihood that you would sell quickly or competitively. So
you bet. And if you're not in the market, if you know anybody that is, please feel free to share and tag anybody on this video. If you're watching this in Facebook or Instagram, or just reach out to us here. We're ready to help you out. If you can't find our phone number and our email address, we're doing something wrong. Let us know if you can't find it. I need to figure that out and get that taken care of or get that fixed too. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Janine, for joining me today. We'll try to do another one next week here. Some weekly tips to help you on the path to home ownership or or selling your next property here at the Brookings Home Team. Happy New Year. Thanks again. We look forward to working with you into 2021 and hope to see you guys soon. Talk to you later.
Bye.